Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and today I'm going to show you how you can make this beautiful beret in just few steps. First, I will give you the material list and then the step by step. Well, for this beret we are going to use 100 grams of this fine material of number 2. I will use one with silky effect and a crochet hook of number 3. Remember, if you want to use all the materials that I use in all my videos, here I will share all the information. Remember that if you want to buy and use the same materials that I use in all my videos, you can visit my online store www.lauracepeda.es. Well, we are going to start making chains and we are going to make as many chains as we need for a strip that goes all around our head, okay? It has to be in multiples of 9. In this case, I'm going to make 108 loose chains. If your material is more chunky, well, you are going to make less chains, but always respecting the rule of multiples of 9. So you are going to take 9 by 9 stitches according to the material that you are using. In this case, like I'm using a fine material, I'm going to make 108 chains, remember. It's very important that you take this into account. Well, once you have all the chains that you need and this strap goes all around the head of the person you are making this for, well, we are going to close in circle, okay? This strip has to fit perfectly on the head. It has to be a little bit tight, remember, okay? Because it has to adjust perfectly to the head. We don't want that the beret is loose, so we want that it really stay in its place, okay? So we are going to make this strap a little bit tight, so take that into account. So once we are sure, we are going to close in circle. We are going to slip one. I will measure it also so you can take this as a reference. I'm making this beret for me, so this is for an adult. Well, we will go up with 3 chains, 2 and 3, and then we are going to make one double crochet of 3 crochet in each stitch. Remember to take both parts of the chain. If you could see here we have these parts, so we are going to take always both parts of the chain and we are going to make a double crochet of 3 crochet. So if we made 108, at the end we must have 108 double crochets. Well, we are going to continue like this until we finish this row. Be careful, remember, try not to twist and continue going straight. Okay, remember that we are also going to count the first stitch that we made. Okay, the first chains that we made will count as one double crochet, so we must have 108. Well, at the end, what I was trying to avoid happened to me. It twisted a little bit, but don't worry. Here in this row you can fix it. This is the perfect opportunity to fix it. So it's okay if we have a little bit twist on here, but it's okay. Now that it's correct, we are going to insert our hook right here and we are going to slip one to close. So now that everything is ready and perfect to continue, we are going to start making the elastic stitch. So right away we are going to start taking the stitch in relief and we are going to go up with 3 chains. Then once we take it from the back and then once we take it from the front. So this means that we are going to make simple elastic, because there is other kind of elastic where you take 2 the same and then 2 in the front. But in this case we are going to take 1 in the front and 1 in the back, like this. So this is how we are going to make the elastic stitch. Now we are going to take it from the front like this, then we are going to continue like this until we finish the row. At the end of the row we are going to check again if it is not twist. So now everything is perfect. We are going to slip one to close and we are going to repeat this row. So if we take the stitch from the back, we are going to take it from the back, and if we took the stitch from the front, we are going to take it from the front. So we are going to repeat this series for many rows until we obtain the headband that we want, okay, the elastic that we want. So let's continue making more rows like this one. Well, at the end I made 4, 5, 6 rows, okay, and this is the elastic that I want. This is perfect for me. If you want, you can make more rows. It's up to you, remember. Well, now let's continue with the next step. Okay, for the next row we are going to go up with 3 chains, and now we are going to make a double crochet row of 3 crochets, okay. We are going to insert our hook in each one of the stitches that we have here. We are not going to skip and we are not going to increase. We are just going to make the stitches that we have here. Well, as you could see, now we are going to continue with the next step, with the next row. So far it has to look like this. Well, now we are going to start making the leaves. Well, before going up, we are going to insert our hook and we are going to take in relief. We are going to go up with 3 chains. Then we are going to make 1 more chain, and then in the same stitch, like this again in relief, a double crochet. So here we have the first V. Well, after the V, we are going to take the stitch like this. We are going to put the hook in front and we are going to make double crochets like this. We are going to make 8 of 3 crochets.
Son 8 puntos. ¿Cuántos llevamos a Pepín? 4, 5, 6,
7 and 8. And the 9th, we are going to take the stitch like this. We are going to place the hook in the back, a double crochet, 1 chain more, and again in the same stitch we are going to make a double crochet. So we are going to create a V. And this is how we are going to continue the whole row. 1 V, 8 double crochets, and 1 V. And again, 8 double crochet, 1 V. Remember that we are going to put the hook in front, and the last one we are going to take the hook in the back to create the V. So see you when I finish this row. Well, at the end of the row we are going to slip 1 to close, and then we are going to go up and we are going to take the stitch in relief. We are going to put the hook in the back, and then here inside we are going to make a V. So we made 1 double crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet, and again we are going to take the stitch in relief and make 1 double crochet. So inside the V we are going to make a V with 2 double crochets in each side. After this we are going to make the 8 double crochets. Remember, we are going to put the hook in front and we are going to make the 8 double crochets like this.
5, 6, 7,
and 8. Then we are going to continue with the last stitch. Remember that we are going to make a V. So first we are going to insert our hook in the front. So we are going to make double crochet, then 1 chain, and then again a double crochet taking the stitch like this. So we make a V inside. So again we are going to make the 8 double crochets, and like this the whole row. Well, at the end of the row we are going to slip 1 to close. And now, instead of making 1 double crochet at the beginning and 1 at the end, we are going to make 2, and in the middle we are going to make the V. So here we have the first one, here we have 2, then we are going to make the V. Remember that this part is the part that it's creating the leaves, and in between these leaves we are making the 8 double crochets. So we are always going to make 8 double crochets, and then in the V's we are going to create the leaves, okay? So here we have 2 double crochets each side, and in between 1 V. Okay, we are going to continue like this, increasing more double crochets until we have 5 double crochets each side and the 8 double crochets. Okay, remember that for now here we have 2 each side, then we will have 3 each side, and 4 until we have 5. Look, here finished the rows, and as you could see here each side I have 5 double crochets, and here also I have 5 double crochets, and I always made 8 double crochets in between. The only thing that changed is that we increase 1 double crochet each side. Okay, so now we are going to make the opposite. Okay, we are going to start to reduce to create the leaf, and we are going to continue making 8 double crochets in between. So look, we are going to start the same. We are going to insert our hook in the back and make a double crochet, going up with 3 chains. And now we are going to become these 2 in 1. So again we are going to make a double crochet, and here at the end we are going to bring them through together. So we are going to make the next one, and this is how we are going to reduce each side. So here where we have the V, we are going to totally ignore it, and we are just going to make the double crochets like this. Okay, so we are going to skip that space, and now we are going to reduce again. Remember that the last 2 we are going to become, and we are going to join them and create just 1. So I will do it slowly. Remember that the last stitch we are going to leave it and hold like this, and we are going to bring them through all together. And again the 8 double crochets, and again in the next leaf we are going to reduce. So now we are here in the next leaf, and I'm going to repeat the same. Okay, remember that the first and the last 2 stitches we are going to become 1. So we are going to start the same, and we are going to leave the last stitch and hold. So we are going with the second one, and once we have these 3 loops together we are going to bring them through. Then we are going to continue like we were making before. Remember that also we are going to skip the V, and we are not going to make a V anymore. We are just going to crochet the double crochets, and then when we arrive to the last 2 is where we are going to reduce again. We are going to become the last 2 in 1. So here, remember we are going to leave the last stitch and hold. We are going to make of these 2 1, and then again we are going to make the 8 double crochets. So like this is how we are going to continue the whole row. Okay, see you when I finish to reduce in this row. So see you there to teach you how we are going to reduce in the next row. So at the end of the row we are just going to slip 1 to close. Well, remember that this 2 will become 1, so we are going to take it as it were 1, like this. So we will go up with 3 chains, and we are going to make the same in the other side, and then we are going to join these 2 stitches like this. So we already become these 2 in 1. So we are going to continue making double crochets, and then remember the last 2 we are going to make one of these 2. So remember this one and this one. So we are going to make this one the same. So this stitch and this one we are going to take in and become 1. We are going to take them together like this. So once we have all of these loops we are going to bring them through together, and again we are going to make the 8 double crochets in between, and in the next leaf we are going to repeat the same. So we are going to continue reducing like this until we have one double crochet left. Okay, remember that we are going to reduce at the beginning and at the end of the leaf, joining the first 2 stitches. Okay, so we are going to join them by taking them together, and like this is how we are going to reduce in the next rows until we have one double crochet left. And remember to make the 8 double crochets in between. Well, so far it has to look like this. As you could see, I reduced in each side 2 until I have 2 left. I was making it by taking these 2 together, the last 2 together, to become this as one, but it was looking weird. Remember that I'm making this with you, so if I took them like this, it looks weird. So I just decided to take one stitch from here and one from here and become this to one, and then we are going to continue making the rest, the 8 double crochets. Remember that we have to put the crochet hook in the front like this, and we are going to make the 8 double crochets like we were making before. You could see this stitch is very easy. You just have to follow the instructions, and once you make it once, you will see that it will be very easy for the second time, right? Well, I'm going to arrive to the leaf so I can teach you again how it is, so everything can be clear. Well, remember that if I took these stitches together, look how it looks. This is what I was talking about. Then it looks like puffy. You can see, right? Well, that's why I decided so that I will take first these 2 stitches together and make a double crochet. Remember that we have to put the hook behind, and then take these 2 together. Okay, then in the next row I will take this and I will join these 2 stitches. Well, now I'm going to continue making the rest 8 double crochets. So let's finish this row and the next one, and see you there to teach you how we are going to finish our beret. Well, I want to stop here to teach you again how it will be. Remember that in the last row we joined and we left these 2 left. Well, we are going to take it and become one. So like this, as you could see here, now we have a better shape of this sleeve. So it looks so much better, right? Well, now once we finish this row, we are going to start reducing the stitches to create the shape of the beret that we want to create, okay? So for now, let's finish this row. I just wanted that everything is clear. After this, we are also going to try a different stitch, and we are going to try to close our beret. But well, we'll finish this row and see you at the end. I suggest that in this part you should put a marker because I was confusing of where I finished and where I started. But well, we are going to crochet this 8 double crochet plus the one that we make in the leaf. So at the end we are going to make a 9. And now we are going to take the first 9 from the back. This means that we are going to put the hook right behind the stitch, and this is how we are going to crochet the first 9. Then we are going to continue making the next 9, but we are going to take them from the front. For now, let's just finish first this first 9.
7, 8,
and 9. Now the next 9 we are going to take it from the front. This means that we are going to put the hook right in the front like this. So we are going to take the next 9 for the front, and then we are going to alternate and take the next 9 from the back and then again from the front, and like this until we finish to make all the stitches. Okay, remember that in this row we are making 9, and so we are going to make 9 from the front and 9 from the back. Well, here we finished the row. Remember, we made 9 from the back and 9 from the front, and now here at the end of the row is how we are going to start reducing. We are going to reduce the last 2 of this 9. Okay, so I'm going to go back because I should have taken this stitch from the back. So I'm going to continue making the rest like this. I'm going to put the hook in the back and then when I arrive to the last two, I'm going to take them together, and like this is how we are going to start reducing. Okay, so we are going to join the last two and we are going to create one. So we are going to join these two. So remember, we are going to continue making. Here's where we are going to reduce. If we taking it from the front, we are going to take it from the front. If we took them from the back, we are going to take them from the back. Okay, and we are going to reduce the last two. We are going to join them and we are going to take them together.
Estamos tejiendo los 9 que van por atrás. Tienen que fijarse bien y concentrarse para que aquí están, estos dos son los últimos dos. Entonces estos últimos dos los voy a tomar como uno.
So like this is how we are going to continue. Okay, we are going to continue reducing. Now we are going to have 8, and then in the next row we are going to make the same. At the end of the sequence we are going to reduce, and we will have 7, then 6, and then 5, and like this until we have 1 stitch left. You will see that this will reduce and it will create like a kind of like a segment. You will see how this is creating a petal shape, a segment shape. You will see it will look so beautiful. So once we reduce and once we have 1 left, I'm going to meet you there. Okay, so let's continue. So here, as you could see, here we have just 1 left. So we are going to continue. We are going to finish this row. Crochet, we are not going to reduce anymore. We are going to continue taking 1. As you could see here, we reduce and it looks so beautiful. We create this segment. So like this, we are going to make 2 rows just with 1. Well, here I'm about to start with the second row of just 1 stitch, of just 1 double crochet in each segment. So I count them and I have 12. So I must have 12 double crochets. And now in this second row we are going to leave the last stitch in hold. So at the end, if we have 12 double crochets, well, we must have at the end 12 loops here in hold in my hook. So once we have all of them together, we are going to close the beret, but I will teach you, I will show you how. For now, let's have all of these stitches together in my hook. The last loop must be in the hook, okay?
Todas estas cosas que vamos dando vuelta, llega el momento en que luego ya no podemos agarrar los puntos, pero vamos a irnos ayudando, ¿sí? Miren, por ejemplo aquí ya le hice así. Es este que tengo que agarrar. Sacamos 1 y 2 y dejamos en espera. Aquí hay otro punto, a ver, lazada, y este otro punto. Lo voy a agarrar por acá porque ya no pude.
Now that the last stitches are difficult, but well, here I finished. Now that I have all of these stitches, I'm going to bring them through. And this is how it looks at the end. As you could see here, we create like a little pinwheel, right? So it looks so beautiful. At the end, you must have something like this. So first we made the elastic, then we made the leaves, and then we made the pinwheel, right? So at the end, we are just going to cut this thread, and you can put a flower here on the top or a pom-pom. It's up to you. So now let's see how it looks. Well, here I cut the thread, I hide all of these loosened threads, and like this is how I'm going to finish. Now I'm going to make a pom-pom of a flower. If you don't know how, in previous videos I teach you how you can make a pom-pom. So hope that you have liked this video. Please, if you make it, take a picture and tag me in all my social media. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!